color team. Both teams take the field today in an admittedly good condition, though the Crusaders' big triple threat man, Stan Kozlowski, has been abed with flu during the past week. As the teams come on field, the bands entertaining before the game mass to play the national anthem. Holy Cross wins the toss and will receive at the east end. Harry Gall will kick off for Miami. Well, there's the signal, and the ball game is on. Gall boots a long, high kick way down the field to the 8-yard line where LeMay takes it. He comes back to the 20, and is stopped by Corrigan and 3 of the Miami players. The Holy Cross team... Snap goes to Kozlowski, number 77. He drops back and shoots a quick pass to Joe Byers, standing on the line of scrimmage. Joe gets 9.5 yards before being toppled by the Hurricanes. There is just 1 foot to go for a first down. Kozlowski again takes the snap and drives into the line, making 3 yards over right guard. The ball now goes back to Steve Conroy, number 13, and he crashes right tackle for 3 yards. Conroy again gets the ball. He hands it off to Byers, who drives into the line for 4 more, but still short of a first down. The teams line up, and Holy Cross shifts. This is the much-discussed trick shift of the Crusaders, and they use it to effect to draw Miami offside and pick up a 5-yard penalty at a critical point on the 40. Holy Cross pulls a fast one out of the bag on the very next play. It's a reverse to Kozlowski, and he runs to the right. He has passed the line of scrimmage, over the 45, and picks up 11 yards before being stopped. This big boy was New England's best back in 1945, and it looks like he might beat 2 up and 5. The ball goes up. Hurricanes have to offer. Gall drives through a big hole in the right side of the line, and he's up the field for almost 9 yards before being caught. He scored 100 points the past season. Joe Krull takes the snap this time and heads over right tackle, where he makes a neat gain of 5 yards for a first down. Both teams are pounding the line with telling effect. But the Crusaders, like Miami, hold solidly after the first down, and Miami punts. Harry Gall gets off a nice spiral, sailing 52 yards up the field to Kozlowski. Stan brings the ball back to the 19. Holy Cross can do nothing with the Hurricane line this time, and Kozlowski boots. It sails down to Don Jones on the Miami 37. Don has plenty of speed and comes back 20 yards to the 47 before he's knocked out of bounds. These boys, Kozlowski and Gall, are most capable at the kicking game. Jones' punt return, however, has put Miami in a very good spot. Krull starts around left end. He laterals neatly to Jones, who puts on a burst of speed as he balances down the side marker to the Crusader 41. Krasny gets the snap and is into the line. He goes through left guard and through the secondary, down on the 25. It looks like the Cinderella team is nearing pay dirt. The first quarter is over, and Miami is full of pep as they change ends of the field. But the Crusaders hold for 4 downs and take the ball. Miami, in turn, stops Holy Cross, and Kozlowski is forced to kick from deep in his own territory. The angry Hurricanes partially block the punt. There's a scramble on the 25, and Corrigan recovers the ball for Miami. Once again on the offensive, Krull piles right tackle, brushing through for 9 yards. It's 2nd down and 1. Dermigny has the ball, and he picks up 2 yards for the needed first down. Miami is driving with all the force of the winds they are named after. Injachok darts inside left end and plows through for 8 precious yards. Fullback drives around left end, and it looks like a score, but he's downed inches short of the double strike. The fans in the stands. As Injachok piles into the line for no gain, the home team rooters groan in disappointment. Gall takes it again and plows into right guard, where he meets a stone wall. It's the last try for Miami as they plan a play to score with. The Holy Cross line is confident it can hold one more time. Joe Krull has the ball. The Hurricane howls to the right, and Joe slips around the end. He's over. It's a touchdown. Standing. The big crowd goes wild as the University of Miami draws first blood in the 1946 Orange Bowl. Now Gall will try the extra point. Harry has an average for the season of better than 50% on his try for points. There's the kick, but the Crusaders break through, and it is blocked. The score stands then at 0 for Holy Cross and 6 for the University of Miami near the middle of the second quarter. Gall kicks off for Miami to the Crusader 5, where the ball is brought back by Kozlowski to the 20. Byers takes the snap on the first play and starts left with fire in his eye and 3 blockers in front of him. He gets up to the 30 as he nears the sideline with only 2 Hurricanes between him and the goal. As he nears the midfield stripe, he cuts in sharply and streaks up the field. But Hamill is coming in from the rear and pulls Joe down on the 27. It's a dazzling 54-yard run by Joe Byers, and it has suddenly put Holy Cross where Miami was but a few minutes before. Conroy takes the... Miami calls timeout to take stock of the situation. Kozlowski has the snap, and he passes to Bryson, but there is no gain on the play. Right to the left to Bryson, who takes it out on the flat and gains 5 yards to the 17. The teams line up to battle it out, and it's another pass. Kozlowski fades back and throws a long one far into the corner, where Brennan snatches it on the 4 and dives across the pay stripe barely inside the boundary line. It's a Holy Cross touchdown, and it's good for 6 big points. Well, with the score tied at 6-all, this try for a point is going to be very important. Kozlowski makes the attempt, but the ball goes wide. Stan disgustedly kicks the turf. The Crusaders on the bench are no doubt as disappointed as Stan, but the game is starting all over now with everything even. Kozlowski boots to the 10, where Joe Krull takes in the sphere and returns it to the Miami 27. Miami is held for downs and Gall punts, the ball going out on the 20. On the first play, with time almost out, Holy Cross passes, but Bowen is under it for Miami, and he takes it back to the 30. Miami shoots for another score, and Jones breaks away over tackle, cuts back and goes to the 10. Brennan wrestles both Jones and the ball, and he steals the sphere from Don and starts back upfield as the half ends. Between the halves, the participants in another of the famous Orange Bowl pageants move onto the field and take their places. The sun lights the green turf on this January 1st, making it blaze like an emerald blanket under the feet of the marchers. The dozens of bands and colorful drill units form figures of intricate patterns as the queen of the 1946 Orange Bowl Festival, beautiful Libby Walker, takes her place in the center of the myriad colors. The color and pageantry of the Between Halves program is looked forward to each year by many of the spectators with as much delight as the always exciting football contest. As the last units move off the field, the teams are back on the sidelines. Starting the second half, Miami chooses to kick. Gall boots a long one, end over end, into the end zone, where Kozlowski takes it and runs it out to the 25. Holy Cross can gain nothing either through the line or in the air, and Kozlowski quick kicks on third down to catch Miami napping and drive them back 60 yards to their 23. Nothing daunted, Miami returns the boot after a series of short gains. Gall lifts a terrific spiral far down the field and out of bounds on the Crusader 14. On the next play, Holy Cross tries a reverse, the ball going finally to Byers, who goes over tackle for 3. Kozlowski takes the following snap and fakes to the right, then drives through the middle for 4 yards. Kozlowski again takes the ball, and driving hard around end, he cuts back to make 4 more. Now, tiring of such slow work, Kozlowski quick kicks a second time, trying to catch the Hurricanes in a lull. The ball carries to the 12 and is finally down on the Miami 16-yard mark. Gall seems willing to engage in this punting duel with Stan, and he boots the spear back upfield to the 43. Gall, you know, was the nation's leading punter in 1945, averaging 41 yards. Miami ends down Kozlowski on the 50 as the third quarter comes to an end. Both teams have played cagey ball, booting at every opportunity and apparently playing for the breaks. So far, the Crusaders have a slight edge and have advanced to midfield in the kicking exchanges. Kozlowski starts the third quarter with another boot from midfield, the ball carrying out of bounds on the 15. Miami is in a very unhealthy spot at this point. Kroll takes the ball on the first play, and running low to the right, he finds a big hole for 6 yards. Gall picks up some of the yardage Kozlowski took from him in the kicking department. He cuts through right guard, breaks to the sidelines, and is finally knocked out of bounds by Kozlowski himself on the 45. The big crowd is wild over the home team's fight in driving 30 yards out of danger into the ball game again. The Hurricanes open up with a double reverse that winds up with Bowman lugging the leather around left end for 8 yards. On the next play, Speedy Don Jones takes the snap. He darts in and out through the Crusader defense to gain 10 yards before being plowed under by an avalanche of Crusaders. With the ball on the 27-yard line, Bowman is given the assignment again, and he slips around end for 12 long yards and a first down on the 14. Not so far from home. But all good things must end, it seems, and this drive bogs down with 4th and 7 to go. Gall is going to try to kick a field goal to break the deadlock. There's the kick, but it's no good. Kozlowski comes in with another quick kick that catches Miami asleep, and the ball rolls yard after yard to put the Hurricanes once more deep in their own territory on the 6 and on the defensive. Gall is trying to kick the Hurricanes back into the middle of things. He boots to midfield where the ball is downed on the 47. Holy Cross gets back in the saddle. Kozlowski fades for a pass and shoots it to Byers, who drops the ball. But pass interference is called, and the Crusaders take the ball at that point. Triple threater Stan Kozlowski is given the ball again. He fades way back, can't find a receiver, and runs through the dissolving lines past the 30 to be brought to a halt finally on the 22. Kozlowski is once more in the receiving position. He throws a short, low ball, and Miami intercepts it on the 27 to stop the drive. The Hurricanes are still not out of the woods and kick, the ball going out of bounds on the 47. Holy Cross is not satisfied with keeping Miami back on its heels. They still want to score. And Kozlowski throws a flat pass out wide to Byers, who heads down to the 35. If Miami gets one of those flat passes, there's no back there to stop a fast man from scoring. Kozlowski is passing again. It's a long throw on an attempt to score. It sails far down to the 5, but it is intercepted by Joe Krull, and Miami takes over. Unable to gain by running, Gall is back to kick. It's a long boot across the middle of the field again this time, up to the Holy Cross 30. Kozlowski takes it and returns 9 yards to the 39, being down by a swarm of Miami players. The Crusaders are still trying everything to break that 6-6 score. Kozlowski throws a long pass, but it slips through the receiver's fingers and it is incomplete. Forced to punt on the 4th down. Big Stan boots to Bowman on the Bowman at the 43 where he's forced out of bounds. It's now Miami's turn to try to change that tie to a win. Krull tosses a long one far across the field where Angeles and Dermigny leap for it, but neither Miami man can reach the ball, and it falls incomplete on the 4th down, with Holy Cross taking over for a final effort to score. Now there are only seconds left in the ball game as the Crusaders try a pass from DiFilippo to Conroy. He takes it on the 38 and darts down the field 12 yards to be finally downed by a blast of Hurricanes on the 26. Determined to score on the final play, DiFilippo drops back and throws to Parker, who barely touches the ball. It twists high in the air, and Hudson tears in under it. Gets it with one hand, and he hits a long stride toward the sideline. A burst of speed at the 40 slips him through into the clear as the stands rock from the stamping crowd. And Hudson scores after the final gun, running across the end zone into the crowd. The game is officially over, except for the kick for point. The entire Miami team has gone as wild as the spectators in the stands. The Cinderella team has won in the last second of play, even if the kick is no good. Gall gets set to kick, and it is good. The most thrilling finish of any bowl game has put the University of Miami ahead of Holy Cross by a score of 13-7. Not a person has left the stadium before the whistle this afternoon, being held here by the repeated efforts of both teams in the closing quarter to break the deadlock and go home a winner. Everyone is milling about, still in a daze, over this spectacular finish and the dazzling 89-yard run by Hudson. For Hudson is a Miami lad and one of the fastest men in the country. Spontaneously, the Miami players hoist Coach Jack Harding to their shoulders and carry him off the field. Harding returned from the Navy the past fall, and he deserves all the credit the boys give him for a job well done. So ends the 12th annual Orange Bowl Classic. Two good teams turned in a thrilling performance, and old Sol smiled brilliantly down during every minute of the afternoon. No, sir, I wouldn't take $1 million for my seat at the Orange Bowl, and I'll be seeing you there next January 1st.